Hello and welcome to Starmetal Productions. We are here for another fun one-shot to open up the new year. This is one of the later one-shots we've been doing, and I've been having a ton of fun with each of them. And this time, we will be playing Star Trek Adventures Shakedown Cruise. This is a sort of custom cadet-level adventure. So we're gonna taking a little bit of a page out of Starfleet Academy, though this is an adventure that I have been preparing since before Starfleet Academy released. So any relation to anything that happens on that show, because I have not watched much of it, is completely coincidental. So I will just pass this over to our wonderful crew of the USS Calipatera, and I'll explain more about the ship as we begin. But let's say hello to who we have on our sort of lower decks shakedown crew. Anna, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Doing great. Who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Tiskovak with they them pronouns. Tiskovak is a Vulcan ship's counselor in training, and I will be our sort of command and presence person for the
Excellent.
game.
All right, let's throw it over to Vivi, Vivacia.
Hi, I'm Vivi, she, her, and I'm playing Junior Cadet Dalya today. She is an Afrosian. She also uses she, her pronouns, and right now she's the second shift science officer. She's going to be the sciencey engineering person.
All right, it's been a long time since we've seen an Afrosian in anything core Star Trek. I don't think since one of the original series movies, and even then, I think it was a background character.
There was one on Discovery, but that is a series a lot of people don't speak about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna weigh in on that. Up next, we have Tal, a regular here and a partner on Starmetal.
Hello, how are we all doing? Me and my cat, apparently, are here today. I'm Tal, he, him, and I will be playing Winston, the human engineer extraordinaire.
Excellent. And the guest appearance of Spot is going to be played by who? Who there, Tal?
This is Popcorn.
There we go.
Ow, 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 ow. Don't dig in, thank you. No, no!
Player down.
What? We're already rolling initiative? What?
Yep.
Just because I moved. No. Right, you'll have to get
About as well behaved as Spot. That tracks. Well done, Popcorn.
Speaking of attacking cats, I think it's me next.
Yes.
Yes, medic!
Hi there, guys. I am Rayne Grimm. I shall be playing Shiras, the Kashian security officer / emergency medic. I will get there post haste. Although I do believe I have better bedside manner than Popcorn right now.
Flipping cat!
All right. So, to begin, we open with a profile view of our Miranda, the USS Calipatera, traveling at warp through the stars. The light of those stars streaking against the blackness of space. And we will zoom in, and zoom in, and zoom in. Not to the bridge, where stories usually begin. Not to the ready room, or the briefing room. Not to main engineering. Not to any science lab. Not to astrometrics. We're zooming all the way in through a side port window on the underside of the ship, down in the lower decks, you may say. And we will snake our way through the winding corridors of the lower section of the Calipatera to where we find a series of sort of open-face rooms, if you want to call them that, bunks set up. Think very much like the Lower Decks show. And there's a number of cadets here in various state of dress and undress, in various state of uniform and ununiformed. and many, many different alien species. Though most of them, are all quite young. I should point out that this is a cadet training ship, let's say. A school amongst the stars. But before we meet our crew, I think it's important to contextualize for the crew and for our audience here what the Calipatera is. So the USS Calipatera is a Miranda-class starship. NCC 12343. It has been refit many, many, many times throughout its... I think at this point it's like 120 years, though feel free to track me on that down in the comments. But it's an old ship. But the Mirandas were built to last, as long as they don't show up in any cutscenes. Because Mirandas are very easy to swap things in and out. They were built modular, and they were built with a lot of forward compatibility in mind. Eventually, they might run into things that they just can't squeeze into a Miranda, but we're not there yet. And for a little history lesson for our new cadets, because this is school time, a whole semester out amongst the stars, the USS Calipatera is named after an ancient Grecian woman. Calipatera of Rhodes, I believe, was the mother of a very renowned and very skilled Olympian athlete, who I believe was Diogenes, something like that, of Rhodes. But when his coach died, I believe, under mysterious circumstances, and his career in athletics and the Olympic Games was under threat, the story is that Calipatera, his mother, dressed as a man, posed as his coach, continued to coach him, and actually represented him as his coach in the Olympic Games. Something back then that was punishable by execution. This is one of the earliest stories I can find of a woman taking up what was stereotypically and legally a man's role, and fulfilling that role just as good, if not better. And it is the spirit of that connection with the students, the desire to teach, and the desire for equality that finds us here on the USS Calipatera, NCC 12343.
Cadet Training Log, Stardate 42539.4. We are just over halfway through our Shakedown cruise semester. I have personally evaluated myself and my fellow second shift bridge crew. I find them adequate. I anticipate that our training officers will corroborate my evaluation. As we approach the apogee of our training course, I am forced to admit a degree of satisfaction in regards to this experience and anticipate a fulfilling career in a similar position. On a personal note, I have found myself often entangled with the social foibles of a subset of our shared bridge staffing. Cadets Shiras, Willowbee, and Dalya are each promising young officers. However, I find their particular social antics and emotional outbursts to be enlightening. Continued interaction will surely aid in my education and experience and cross-species command functions. As my duty shift has now concluded, I shall humor my colleagues with further social engagement. End log.
I believe it makes the most sense for our camera, once it has zoomed in and found its way to the appropriate section of bunk-lined hallways, to focus in on the officer who is reading this log, or transcribing this log. Cadet Tiskovak. What do you find yourself doing? And give us a description of your character.
So, Tiskovak, as you look into Tiskovak's bunk, I think they are happy to fall on their sword just a little bit. And so they are in a bottom bunk. And they are crammed in there. They are short for a Vulcan, I suppose. not super short, but like 5'5". They have short-ish hair, so about half the length of mine, or if you're listening, maybe 6-inch strands. And it's sort of moppish. It does not look clean cut like the Vulcan haircuts we are used to. Shockingly, they do have pointy ears. And they've got dark hair, sort of olive tone skin, medium build. And as we look in, they are in full uniform. I think you will find them in full uniform unless they are bathing. It's probably, if they're in 10 forward, they're probably one small little detail of dress that makes it not be fully in uniform, but basically looking profesh all the time. And they are just taking notes, pen and paper, like pencil and paper style. I think they use their replicator rations, if we use those, on things like that, and not on personal dietary indulgences, unless it is to try to have an experience similar to someone that they are assigned to as a patient, or a new species they're trying to get to know, a member of, and so they're trying a dish from their home world. But other than that, I think they're a nerd, and they're taking pencil and paper notes on who knows what.
Well, perhaps we will find out later. But for now, who else do we have in the crew? Let's move over to Cadet Dalya. You are all off duty at the moment. Somewhere in this general vicinity, whether you are in the bunks or in a rec room down the way. Give us a quick description of Dalya and what you're up to.
Dalya is average height. You see, she kind of wears like a bob, basically, with bangs that just hit the visor that she's wearing, and she has like 2 white streaks that kind of like are in the front, helping like cover whatever the visor is not covering. She looks a little rumpled. There's probably some weird kind of electric engineering fluid, whatever you want to think of, somewhere on her kind of rumpled uniform. And I am thinking she kind of got like her sleeves up, and she's trying to fix something simple that they would be using like in the bathroom, like a dispenser or whatever else, and she's just trying to make it work better. In her mind, she thinks it's going to be better.
All right. Let's see. Let's throw it up to Cadet Shiras. Where are you, and what might you be up to?
I feel like Cadet Shiras is currently getting a little more practice in. It's Starfleet. You don't want to get any of your muscles or bones weakened by gravity. He is a very tall, I feel, not as tall as what his species could cap out, but a fairly tall, like 6'2", 6'3", very bulky linebacker rugby style person. He's got a metallic left arm. It looks like he's got like a replacement limb from some childhood incident long ago. And he is a Cation. For those that know, that's essentially just a cat man. He looks very lion-esque with like a kind of like a mane that he's kind of shaved down to be more mohawk-like instead of free and wild to fit in with the Starfleet. I imagine Starfleet has certain requirements for hair, for conduct. And I think he's probably doing some form of, I'm forgetting a lot of the Star Trek sports, but I imagine he might be in the holodeck for some recreational sport, possibly something very football-like.
Well, I will point out that actually the USS Calipatera does not have a holodeck.
In that case, he might be just doing some possibly not allowed hallway sports game with some other people in the lower decks.
Yeah, doing some simple calisthenics, maybe some space hacky sack, whatever it may be.
Charge! And just running at each other again.
Yep. Parisi Squares is decidedly off limits.
Honestly, I was thinking Parisi squares, but I was like, I can't say Parisi squares.
Yeah. Anytime Parisi squares is brought up, it's because somebody got horrifically injured. All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Cadet Winston Willowbee.
So Winston is sat in his bunk. He's got like 6 different data pads in front of him, which he's kind of working across, making notes, and very content in what he's doing. Every now and then he stops and just kind of tuts something's not quite right, and he's kind of correcting it. And he's got a glorious kind of like coiffed hair, and this very attractive bushy mustache, which is his kind of pride and joy. And he sat there with his mug, which never kind of leaves his side, of his hot malty drink, just tapping away and very distracted. And every now and then he'll kind of look up to them and be like, and then just tapping away to the distraction of all else. And he's human.
All right. So I imagine our camera will sort of zoom out and down the hallway a bit, widen the angle, so we can get a view of all 4 of you, generally in camera, doing your own thing, it seems. Winding down after a shift, getting your own personal time in, just allowing yourself to be individual. Now, for a little context, our cadets have just spent, let's say, just over 2 months or so spiraling out from Earth across the Alpha and Beta quadrants. You're about halfway through your Shakedown cruise semester, and in the days prior, studious cadets might realize that they've yet to chart a return course, and in fact seem to be increasing warp factor. I would say our resident engineer, though I believe everybody has a fair degree in some amount of science or engineering, you can pick up, whether it's on shift from different readings, or simply from taking time to look out amongst the star field, or maybe you can feel it in the hum of the ship. But you've noticed that the Calipatera has, in the last couple days, increased from their cruising speed of warp 6 all the way up to a warp factor 8.
I'll kind of just stop and just be like, and just so happens I've probably got the bunk above to Skovac, and I kind of just stick my head down and go, boss, are we going somewhere? Because we've sped up considerably. Any news? Anything you want to share?
Fellow cadet, you know everything I know, and I know everything you know.
Well, that's not true. I mean, you clearly know so much more than I do about kind of Vulcan subcultures and those kind of things. And I know more about engineering than you could ever know.
It is not lost on me that you have the more Vulcan response to my idiom.
You meant, right, yeah, like the information they pop. Sorry. So, just to clarify for me, you don't know what's going on then?
Not with the speed of the ship, no.
Cool. Okay.
Shall we investigate?
Dalya probably comes out of the bathroom and something makes funky noises behind her and you have no clue what it is, and she's acting like she didn't touch nothing. And she's probably on the bunk next to Winston on the bottom because of her eyesight. It's probably not a good idea to be in the top bunk if when you take your visor off you have limited eyesight. So she plops on her bunk and just says, well, pulls out her pad, I have been tracking. She loves a good mystery because irresistible. I've been tracking this and this and this, and we increased here and we increased there. Hey, Scovy, you sure you don't know nothing?
I would love to investigate the matter further.
Didn't like that. I know she hates it. That's why Nadalya says it.
All right. Yes, this is definitely something you could have discreetly poked around at over the last couple days. There hasn't been any specific announcements, but let's see, to Skovac. If you would like to roll me a reason and con check.
First roll of the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to set this at difficulty 0,
Okay.
because this is simply, reading navigation. Okay. Do you have any talents that might come into play here?
Let's see. Am I taking on any kind of social danger by doing this, or getting heat? Am I asking questions I shouldn't be asking or anything like that?
No, not so much. And I should clarify, not talents, but focuses. But looking.
And I was looking at values, so that was a total sum loss.
Yeah.
Focuses. I do have tactical anticipation.
You do. I'm going to let that apply. Unfortunately, your con is a 1. So to explain, if you have a focus, that does apply. If you roll underneath your discipline, it counts as a critical, and you get 2 successes. You rolled a 3, but unfortunately your con is a 1. So that is only 1 success, but that is what you need. It was difficulty 0, so you can all mark a momentum. I will also say that I am starting this game with 3 threat. Okay, so what you learn over the past couple days, as I said, you have noticed at first it was a relatively slight increase in speed, and sometime at about 1200 yesterday, they went from they probably jumped from warp 7 to warp 8. And you've also noticed that your vector has changed. The course the ship was supposed to take was clearly documented for the course, and generally it just sort of spiraled out, zigzagged a little bit throughout the Alpha and Beta Quadrant. But you've noticed that you are moving more towards galactic south in the Alpha Quadrant. Though direction and how long it takes to get anywhere has never been terribly consistent in Star Trek. So we're not terribly worried about the amount of time or the exact distance, but I will say, at this increased speed, you can get a decent distance, but you're certainly not going to get to the outskirts of Federation-controlled space. But if the warp factor keeps increasing, you may be skimming, say, Cardassian space, coming up on DS9 and Bejor.
Since Nadalya has the focus of walking encyclopedia, can I try and maybe figure out what else is around that? Just something interesting. Try and impress, the other cadets.
Yeah. You know what? I will count this as a sort of posthumous assistance role. Yeah, so I'm gonna call this reason. I think it's another reason con roll. But as an assist, you only roll a single die.
Focus used, yes. Alright, here we go.
Alright, that's another success. So with that, you can help Skovac pinpoint that there are indeed other factions out in that vicinity, a little further on. This is early years of the next generation, so really, Bejor, not much is known about Bejor at this point, except that it is still under Cardassian occupation, and Cardassians are jerks, to put it simply. But somewhere just beyond Cardassian space, you know of an even more enigmatic and potentially even more dangerous threat out to the galactic south, and that is the Tholian Assembly. For anyone not familiar, because I think they've only come up in a few episodes throughout the entire 60 years, they are the silicon-based sort of superheated red stalagmite spider creatures. They're about, people-sized. I think their most notable appearance was in the Mirror Universe episode of Enterprise.
So when Skoa said that, that's probably what Dalya would have babbled out. Oh, yeah, and then them, and yes, absolutely. That's where we're going? Why would we be going there?
I think at that moment the door would open so that Shiras is actually now in the room. And he's just like, going where?
It appears we are headed... I don't want to say Galactic South. Is that... I've never heard that before. Is that used in Trek?
I mean, that is... Yeah, that's accurate, yeah. I believe you could also use the directional terminology of rimward, but Galactic South is just an easier colloquial.
Is it? Okay. It appears we are heading Galactic South, and Nini has explained what we could encounter if we continue to increase in our velocity.
Where are we headed, Nini?
I forgot the name of it, but she'll bring up like her the little holographic imager and just pops up and just that place and maybe this place, and they're not nice. These are jerks and these are not nice.
That's the rock people and those are the jerks, right?
Yeah, the rock people are kind of jerks too, but
Let's be fair, we're all a little bit of a jerk. I'm a jerk,
that's right.
but I'm a friendly jerk.
Our jerk.
Better the jerk you know.
Yeah.
So how many, if we're looking at the distance and the speed, how many approximate days or shifts are we away? Like, are we close, or will it take us a while to get there?
I'm not going to get too bogged down in, distance over time and speed calculations and whatnot, but with this analysis of the star charts and, your vectors and speeds and whatnot, it's not like you're on a beeline to a specific destination. You are still kind of meandering a little bit, and when you're talking about these distances, a variance of 1% could put you light years away from whatever that point was. So it could be Bajor, it could be Cardassians. I believe Beta Z is all the way out there. There's also, as I said, the Tholians. I think the Tsenkethi are out there. So there's a lot of things out there, but the point being, you are traveling pretty far out of the way of your documented course. And when Shiras comes in from the other room, and I imagine you are taking your time to start unwinding, following you in after this brief conversation is another small cadre of cadets, a different shift than you are on. And this, there's a few cadets, and there are actually a couple Lieutenant JGs traveling with them. Graduated officers of the Academy who are on this ship, mostly as supervisory roles. And what looks like a civilian along with them. A human in, just regular attire, nothing fancy. But the Lieutenant JGs and a good amount of the cadets actually walk in from the rec room wearing swim gear and towels, drying themselves off, sort of shouting and teasing and joking with each other as they push their way through the corridor, through the corridor.
Do we know their names? Any of their names?
Yeah, you would probably be familiar with them. Let's see. I will assign a spokesman for this group so I don't have to generate half a dozen different random names. But being a Starfleet Federation starship, we will say this is simply a human, and this is, we'll call him... I can't call him Miles O'Brien, which was the first name that jumped into my head. That one is taken. We will call him...
Milton Merryback.
There we go. His name is Lieutenant Milton Merryback.
Lieutenant Merryback, it is good to see you.
Oh, Tiskovak. Yes. Deep in your pads again, I see. You really should get out there and explore the ship. It's a small ship, but it's a good ship. He sort of stretches. He's clearly in security. Even without the red shirt on, he's clearly in security. He's flexing for the group of you. He's got a towel slung over his shoulder, slicks back his hair. Yeah, not many ships have a pool on deck one. Man, those officers. Didn't know teachers had these kind of perks.
And were you successful in securing the security of the pool?
Oh yeah. We showed that pool what for, right? He jabs somebody in the ribs.
Hey, Winston? Hey, Winston, I forgot.
Yeah. Oh.
Do we like him?
No.
Yeah, that's right.
In
He's
fact-
a cad. Yeah.
I'm sort of. I mean, this is just an aside. I've just gone in and I shouldn't do this, but I've secretly increased his room temperature by a couple of degrees to make it uncomfortable for him.
I am half tempted to subtly flex back to challenge him now.
Sure.
The subtle flex off is like, it really is a great pool, and just see if I can like make the bed just squeak a little bit from the metal or something.
First to post roll of the game. Who's flexing better?
Who's flexing better? I wasn't going for an opposed roll. Don't do this. What if I lose?
Yeah, I wasn't going to, but yeah, there's a perfect role for this. Let's go ahead and make this fitness security, which you're good at.
Oh no.
That's a complication.
Oh no.
You got one success, he got one success. I'm gonna say tie goes to the player, but you also got a complication. I will actually simply take that as a point of threat.
Oh no. I succeeded, so that's something.
Yeah, so he sort of stops, takes a look at you, gives you the up and down. All right, Shiras. Yeah, he grabs like a water polo ball from somebody behind him and just hucks it at your chest. You'll have to join us next time. And with that, they begin sauntering off.
This is a good ball, and I'm tempted to pop it, but I'm gonna keep it. And he just tucks it in his bunk.
Yeah. However, as they are moving on, the civilian hangs back. You see the Lieutenant JGs, they go off. They're not down here in lower decks. They have their, not own quarters, but they have quarters with 4 walls, and you're living in a hallway. But as the Lieutenant Junior grades move off down the hallway to whatever they're going to spend their time with as actual officers, and the other cadets file down the various halls of bunks, the civilian that was in tow with them for whatever reason falls back and addresses the group. You can see this individual, they're not wearing a suit or anything, but it is that sort of, I guess, business casual, futuristic attire, sort of lapel-less, collarless button-up, and slacks, nice shiny shoes. They are older than the lot of you. They look like they're probably in their late 20s, early 30s. Human mostly. If you look closely, there's a little bit of a ridge on the forehead, but not distinct enough that you could pinpoint any specific race. Maybe he might have some Romulan in his blood, a few generations, maybe Klingon. There's a lot of species out there with various levels of contours and ridges on their forehead. But, average height, 5'10", 5'11", around there. Real short, not buzz cut, but just real short cut hair. Practically Vulcan, even. And he hangs back. Hello, my name's Dr. Gabriel Fink of the Daystrom Institute. I've been following a number of various officers and students on the ship since my ship rendezvoused about a week past or so. I think I've had enough of them. No offense to anyone.
Greetings and salutations, new friend.
Winston, do we like this one?
Undecided, and I'll go back to tapping on my pads.
All
I
right.
think I look back at the two of them and just go, you understand you are speaking aloud to one another within earshot of the people to which you are referring.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Tiskovak, that is part of the burn, as I was told.
Sick burn, Nini.
Good job. Good job using my nickname. I like it. Nice to meet you. We don't know if we like you yet, but
That's
nice
fair.
to meet you.
That's fair. Very fair. I will say, he gives a nod to Skovac. It is very agreeable to meet your acquaintances. I actually tagged along with that group after whatever it is they got up to. I wasn't aware there was a pool on the ship. Can't imagine where they squeezed that in.
It's good. It's nice. I like it.
You've been.
I have, yes. It's great for laps.
Good physical therapy.
Above game, just to clarify, you are not aware of a pool on the ship.
Never mind then.
So you can say that jokingly, but as far as you know, there is not a pool on the ship.
I'm lying. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
We think we're in on the joke.
Yeah, and it's great. I would kill for a hot tub.
It's just taking up valuable space where we could have more computer relays.
Don't we have enough of those?
Winston thinks we need more space for them everywhere.
I don't understand what you just said to me. We don't have enough of those.
Dr. Gabriel Fink, could you escort us to the pool? Please.
Well, like I said, I met up with them after whatever shenanigans they got up to, so I'm not exactly sure where, they said Deck 1, but if I know my Starship blueprints, Deck 1's barely 10 meters in lateral diameter. They're not fitting a pool on Deck 1.
That does not exist. Were they messing with us? Did I miss another joke?
I was about to say my immediate thought is, does that seem something that's completely out of the normal and might be something peculiar that we want to check on?
That's up to you guys.
I kind of want to check on that because that
Yeah.
seems really weird.
I mean, they were clearly wet. They had a water polo ball.
But we don't have a pool, so yeah, we kind of need to check
Stranger
that.
things have happened out in space.
Yeah.
I mean, a starship turned into an ancient Mayan temple at one point, so who knows?
Yeah. Kind of want to check that.
Oh, wonderful. I bet it's going to be one of those stupid quantum reality points where suddenly a pool turns up and then it doesn't, and...
I think you've been reading too many of Kirk's old logs. Might want to stay away from those. He liked to say the fish was this big when it was probably more like this big.
Can I retcon that what I would have asked? I misheard you. I would have asked, I would have said, Dr. Gabriel Fink, would you care to escort us to the bridge to investigate this swimming pool?
Well, actually, I was going to ask you the exact same thing. I'm just an observer, a civilian observer here. I don't technically have access to the bridge, except for when Captain Thavolrath would grant it to me. But as far as I understand, each of you have some bridge experience.
That is correct.
Well, I'm not sure how sweeping your latitude is with bridge access, but if we could at least get in the right direction, it might be something to verify, or not.
Just go back. Did you mean a company instead of escort?
I was kind of hoping that he... Excuse me, Doctor. I was kind of hoping that he was of a social status on the ship that would help us not look bad when we show up uninvited out of our duty shift.
True. Right, and that is probably when Dalya would bring up her pad and would be like, okay, if it's not on deck 1, where would an area be that's big enough to have a pool for water polo in it?
I'm sorry, we're taking this seriously?
I think we might just want to start where we should start and then theorize second, right? Why overcomplicate it?
What? Stop walking. I'm looking.
Let us head to the bridge.
To the bridge.
Okay.
Fine.
So, actually, Vivi, I'm going to ask for a roll here, since you are digging into the blueprints. There are very exact blueprints, everything all the way down to individual EPS conduits. So while you're quite familiar with the general landscape of the Calipatera and Miranda classes in general, there's a lot of nooks and crannies. So if I could get you to roll me, I think this is going to be a control engineering.
Would you let me use my rapid analysis focus for this? Maybe I could rapidly calculate how big a space needed to be so that I could then look up which spaces are...
Sure. Yeah, I'll allow that, yeah.
Because it had to be big enough for them to actually swim and throw the ball.
Right. Okay, so you can click on Focused Used.
Yes.
And I'm going to make this a difficulty 2 task.
All right. And the complication range is 1?
Yes. Normal complication range. That's a whole bunch of nothing, unfortunately. No successes, but no complications. Yeah, you're not really sure. It's not a big ship, but there's a lot squeezed into this little ship. And, you can say for certain there is not an Olympic-sized swimming pool on this ship, because this ship is only a little bit bigger than an Olympic-sized swimming pool. There are places, theoretically, you think, that could fit like a small regulation water polo pool. But those areas are probably taken up by labs or cargo bays or... maybe there's like an officer's break room somewhere that this Miranda specifically has installed a pool, but, just quickly flipping through blueprints, you haven't found anything.
Yeah, she would share that while she's walking, and maybe, her eyes at the visor and walking and looking, and it's just like, I just cannot find a space where this would actually fit that is not already taken over by other things. Trying not to walk
they were
into things.
definitely covered in water, right? I wasn't imagining that. They were still damp when we saw them, right? So it can't be a hallucination. I think he's just like... I think currently Shiras is now currently trying to assess the threat of what kind of threat is this? Is it like a hallucination? Is this some sort of malfunction with like a sprinkler system? Or like, what usual thing could this be? It's just going through like the incident report in his head of like all the weird stuff that's happened on Starfleet. It's like, what could it be? Is it viral, where we've all just like had a hallucination, like mass hysteria, psychosis, psychical link thing? Just going through the list.
Sure, yep. That's a plenty long list.
That it is. I didn't know if there was like a way he could might have like narrow down what weirdness we could be facing as like a security officer.
Could we interact with the ship's computer?
Yeah, if there's something specific you want to query the computer for, you can do that. Yeah.
Computer, does Deck 1 currently have a pool?
In the timeless voice of Majel Roddenberry, you hear, "No, the USS Calpatera does not feature a swimming pool on Deck 1.
Before returning to his station or to his home or barracks, where was Milton Merribeck's last? I guess is where I'm gonna go with.
Due to privacy concerns, cadet locations are not tracked and relayed to other cadets off duty."
That is fair.
Computer.
Computer.
I will forget what I'm going to say to Skova. Can I ask first?
Go on.
Computer. Is there any area on the ship that has more than 2,000 cubic meters of water in it?
Calculated. Negative. No area of the ship currently sustains that amount of liquid.
Thank you.
Computer. Lieutenant Merriback had a towel when he walked into this corridor. Where did he find that towel? Where can I find towels like that?
Towels can be replicated at any of the convenient replicators on every deck.
All right.
Computer. Please state chlorination levels in this area.
Trace chlorine levels are below sensor calibration levels.
That was a clever idea, actually. I wish I had thought of that. I'm going to assume that we're all going to go to Deck 1 and just, look for it. Did they happen to leave any trail of water as they were walking around?
You can, looking around, find that there is indeed a few driplets of water that you can follow back to the nearest turbo lift.
To the turbo lift!
All right, so it's real. It's they're not messing with us. It's not a hallucination. Let's figure out what's going on.
1 second. Does it taste like pool?
That has a sweat in it, Shiras.
I've eaten worse. Is it actually pool water?
It bodily fluids.
I could eat off this floor. This place is clean.
Oh.
I mean, we're talking, driplets of water on the ground. There's not enough chlorine or salt or whatever in them to get a...
No worries. I didn't know survival might work as this of, tracking or something.
No, not for this.
No worries.
Shiras, for the last time, please stop tasting surfaces.
It was only one time that I licked a person. Just let it go. To the turbo lift.
I don't mean to be rude, and I know that's a difficult way to start any question, but is that normal for occasion? Is that simply how you engage with your senses, your environment?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes you have to lick a thing.
Intriguing.
It's part of human development when they taste and touch everything. Some people never grow out of it.
Oh, we have more than 5 senses. Taste and smell are 2 of the most important for this, yes. People always forget there's things like balance and such, but we're not getting into that. Anyways, to the turbo lift.
Yeah, he's walking with you. He has a little pad that he's working with, and steps in the 5 of you now into this turbo lift, which is about maximum occupancy for a turbo lift.
Dr. Gabriel Fink, what is it that you are a doctor of?
Yes. I am a socio-historian. My current project that I'm working on is a study of the psychological and development impact of first experienced deep space flight on young minds. So I figured a Starfleet Academy training ship would be an ideal place to observe a number of different species in a number of different levels of training and familiarity with deep space and starships.
That is fascinating.
I'm also a bit of just simply a starship buff myself, collecting models of various kinds. simply hobby level stuff.
Do you have a favorite?
The Miranda class is one of my favorites. Very well designed ship.
Tried and true.
There's a lot of stories in these bulkheads. I'm sure a ship 100 years old, I wouldn't be surprised if this fought in battles with the Klingons in the first Klingon War.
Didn't they tell us about that, something like that in orientation? Yeah, that whole speech of all the cool things the ship has done. I kind of dozed off in the middle of it.
If they did, I would probably remember. So probably yes.
Well, the Miranda-class starship specifically was based off the original MK-X-1 Avenger prototype, which was built to combat the Klingons. Of course, this particular ship has traded out its torpedo module for an advanced sensor array, and I'm sure it's been retrofitted and upgraded with many new sensor technologies and laboratories.
You are quite the aficionado, Doctor.
Well, I've had plenty of time. As someone who is usually earthbound at the Daystrom Institute, I do have a sort of vicarious fascination with those who get to travel more regularly. And that is when the turbolift suddenly stops in a jolt, and you notice you are not at a doorway. And then the lights dim, the security lighting turns a deep red, and you hear the alarms of red alert.
Okay.
And that is where we are going to take our break.
Are there 3 scared children and an angry captain in here with us?
No, that's 2 turbo lifts down.
Good.
Hello, we are back from break for the second half of our Star Trek Adventures one-shot, Shakedown Cruise. We left our cadets and one Dr. Gabriel Fink of the Daystrom Institute in a turbolift as they were headed up to Deck 1, trying to track down this strange, elaborate, probably hoax about a pool on Deck 1 on a Miranda-class starship, which are fairly small. But it was intriguing. They had not much better to do, probably wanted to stick it to those space jocks, and the doctor, Dr. Fink, was, pretty interested in seeing if there was any special modifications made to this particular Miranda, the USS Calipatera, and probably also wanted to tag along with the group just to see how they would react to this particular stunt. So, we will pick up once again with our Miranda coasting through the stars. But, as the Calipatera gets just about off screen, we see, not the cadets, unfortunately, but the audience, see a lightning bolt crack through space. Except, unlike a lightning bolt, which simply flashes and dissipates, this jagged white streak of something stays, like a tear in space-time. Smash cut inside the elevator. You are on emergency lighting. The turbolift has stopped between decks. You see just the top of the door of the deck beneath you. This is probably deck 3. And you have just been thrown against one side of this turbolift as the Calipatera was rocked. And with inertial dampeners and artificial gravity, especially in turbolifts, it must have been quite a jolt to bodily throw you to one side of this shaft. Fortunately, you did hear the clamps of the emergency turbolift stopping mechanisms hold the turbolift where it is. But you are trapped here for the moment.
Between decks 2 and 3?
Yes. You are not yet to deck 2, and the door to deck 3, you probably got, 2 feet or so at the bottom of the turbolift.
There's enough of the door showing that if we pry it apart,
you could shimmy out, yeah.
Okay.
If you want, I could try doing that. You want me to do that?
Would you like me to try and open it?
I got this.
Jerry got a tricorder out, ready to troubleshoot and try and open the door. All right, Shiras, go ahead. Let me know when you want me to take over.
All right.
We could always do this together. We're all in this together, after all.
Quite.
Yes, I will say, instead of giving you a difficulty 4 task, Shiras, to bare hands rip open a mag-locked turbolift door, actually it would probably be Dalya taking point to deactivate the locking mechanisms. And you would be assisting by prying open the doors once the maglock has been disengaged, and you simply need to, push the... I guess it's not hydraulics. Whatever, you have to just move the metal out of the way.
I have 2 questions, just because it's relevant. 1, I do have a 3 in engineering, so hopefully that will assist in some factor. And 2, I do have the value, we're all in this together. I don't know if that'll apply or not.
Values are ways for you to spend your determination.
Gotcha. Okay.
Of which you only have 1, but you can use that to buy a die that automatically lands on a 1.
What are your focuses?
My focuses are all in combat stuff. Hand combat, hand phasers, Tonfa, survival, cybernetics.
Can I ask, how is Dr. Fink responding to this? And what does he have on him?
Yeah, he was thrown pretty hard against the wall as well, and he's a fairly scrawny guy. He has not gone through basic Starfleet training.
How many crowbars does he have with him?
He does not have any crowbars on him.
Oh,
He
wow.
has a data pad, and probably like a civilian tricorder of some kind.
It's okay.
Okay.
I've got the crowbar.
Yeah.
I got a metal hand. Let's do
Y'all,
this.
y'all would know that Dalya is carrying an engineering multi-tool wherever she goes.
Hmm.
So I have decently high engineering. I will assess Dalya as we try to get this door open.
Okay. Well, I mean, you also have a 4 in security, and it would
A
be a
4
fitness
security,
security roll to
All right, I'll take that.
pry it open. But Dalya, if I could get you to roll me a. I'm gonna call this daring and engineering.
All right. And would you let me use my troubleshooting, or unconventional thinking, or rapid analysis? Focus.
You can go with troubleshooting, sure.
All right.
Yeah, because
So-
there might be some trial and error in getting this to work.
Yeah, to get-
Because turbo lifts are designed for safety specifically to
Yeah.
lock down, because there's really not a more secure location in the ship than a turbo lift. So you're going to have to try to bypass the door locks without disengaging the actual turbo lift emergency stops.
Yep.
So I will let you use your focus in troubleshooting. I am going to spend a threat to increase the complication range to 2.
Okay.
And this is going to be a difficulty 2 task.
Okay.
We have 1 success here. Shiras, go ahead and roll me a fitness security. However, you only roll a single die. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's red, but that was a 7, which is definitely under. So that is
A
2
one as
successes.
well.
Probably because you rolled a 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Roll20 is doing this. The color coding is a little off. But
Yeah.
that is the 2 successes you needed, and you did not trigger any sort of complication.
Did we earn a momentum?
No,
No, okay.
unfortunately not.
This is why you bring a security officer.
Yeah, so Dalya, you managed to take out your multi-tool, and you will have to sort of cut and pry a section of the turbo lift plating off and get into the guts of it, the wires and the pistons and whatnot. And you are able to very precisely make sure that you do not trip the emergency locking mechanism and bypass that and disengage the mag locks of the turbo lift doors. And Shiras, you are able to get your claw and your cybernetic hand in there and pry it open.
Who's going first?
You are going first. Tiskovach, can you see if communications are down? If we can reach anybody on the bridge?
As you say this, the turbo lift is filled with a white light, a blinding white light, a ringing in your ears, overwhelms your senses. And in a split second, you find yourself in a completely different space, a completely different time, completely different reality, completely different person. Maybe.
Wait, what?
You are all still you. You are all still Tiskovak and Shiras, Dalya. Willowbee is missing. That's a concern for another time, because you know for a fact that it is the year 2134. Which is about 150-ish years, I think, prior to when you were in the turbo lift, though that feels a bit like a dream. And to Skovak, actually the 3 of you, are now in a pool. A deep pool. Surrounded by bleachers, filled with people. You are treading water. Shiras, you have that water polo ball
that I brought
in hand.
earlier.
And across the other side of this pool, you see six other individuals, mostly human, a few others, maybe a Denobulan in there. You know, you are in the regional semifinals for the Starfleet Academy versus Mako Military College water polo tournament of 2134.
How is it that we know that? We just
Because
know
that's
that?
who you are.
We're still ourselves? If we look at ourselves, are we still in our bodies?
Yeah, your bodies are the same. You're now in, water polo attire.
Okay.
I still got my visor and everything.
Yeah, you do. You are exactly who you were, except the memories of you being on the Calipatera feel more like a dream. Or maybe not a dream. A daydream?
Fantasy.
A fantasy? You know that you have the memories of two distinct and mutually exclusive existences. But only one of them is real, and you're not sure which one. But you don't have time for that, because the whistle blows, the Makos begin swimming to your position, and you are now playing water polo.
Is swimming a requirement for Starfleet Academy? Because if it's not, I don't think Dalya ever learned to swim.
You did in this reality.
Yeah, that's probably even confusing her even more.
Oh, definitely.
Because with the weak eyesight, they would not spend so much time out in the sun. Because it's really, and swimming would not be such a big thing. So she is absolutely confused. What the? I can't even swim.
Except now, you can.
Except now I can, yes.
Tiskovak, you are the team driver. I am going to probably get this wrong because I am not a sports ball person myself, and I've only researched it a bit on the internet.
I don't even know what water polo looks like, other than it is in a pool. So
it's
a good thing you made me captain.
It's basically swimming hockey.
Okay.
Without a stick. It's
swimming and throwing, right?
It's
There's
like
a
swimming
net at the
soccer.
end, yeah.
Okay.
And you're like running around and throwing a ball. Yeah.
Yes.
Swimming hand soccer.
Yeah.
Got it.
The pool is deep enough that you
And
cannot touch the bottom. You have to tread water or swim.
So the driver is the
So you are
quarterback or the linebacker?
I don't know football any better, so that's not going to
Me
help
neither.
either one of
Okay.
us.
Cool. Excellent.
But you are basically the person in the center, at the center of this point, tasked with driving the ball forward until you are stopped, and then you will throw to one of your two 5-meter men, which are Shiras or Dalya.
And Shiras has the ball.
Yes, you have just passed the ball to Shiras, I will say.
Okay. Shiras, take the shot.
You got it, boss.
All right. So, Shiras, I would like you to make me a fitness security roll.
That has been my most popular role.
Yep, that is what you do. And I'm going to...
2 successes by the looks of things.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a momentum for that. I'll call that a difficulty 1.
Woo! Momentum!
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yes, despite being quite disoriented because you are rapidly gaining memories in this life, and actually rapidly losing memories from the life you just left. But in both of these realities, you are fit, you are attentive, and you are probably quite competitive, if I am reading Shiras correctly. And
That
you
is
do
correct.
manage to catch this ball from Tiskovak, or do a quick in-water juke to one side and throw it around their goalie, slamming it into the net. The buzzer sounds for a goal, and the crowd goes wild.
Can I call for a timeout?
You can. Throw your hand up, call for a timeout. 1 minute timeout called on Starfleet.
Gather round, team.
You know that there is the three of you here, and you are quite familiar with your three other teammates. Though you can't really place why. But you're tight. You've been on this team together for a while. They're good teammates. And you see the Makos on the other side are huddling themselves.
Is Dr. Fink anywhere?
You pause for a second, remembering from this other reality which is quickly fading from you. You were just in a turbo lift with other people. Somebody older, a doctor. You turn and look up in the stands, and you see, out amongst the crowd, Dr. Gabriel Fink. But he's in this sort of grayish, tight-fitting jumpsuit. Stands out from the crowd, but nobody really seems to notice him. But he is looking intently at, if not directly at you, at least where you are on your side of the field. And he has his pad, and he has what now looks to be a much more sophisticated scanner of some kind.
I would like to call out to him.
You can do so. However, this is a very large swimming pool auditorium with a huge crowd of people. You're not sure if he could hear you. He doesn't respond.
He's not watching specifically us, where if I look at him, we've got eye contact.
He will give you eye contact.
Okay, I'll motion him over then.
He does not move.
Okay. Do you two recognize the man in the unusual gray suit?
I do. He was the doctor that was with the other people that did water polo.
The one who said he was watching all the cadets on board.
Do you two feel a little wibbly wobbly with the reality?
Yeah, weren't we just on a lift? I feel like I was just on a lift.
I cannot swim, guys.
Well, you're doing it now. Please don't stop.
One of the other team members
I know, it is so weird.
Gives to Skovac a quick shove. Get your head in the game, guys. We only got a minute. What's the plan?
You're the new captain.
What was the guy's? The doctor told us what his area of study was. It was something about studying the way new cadets traveled, right?
In deep space, how they fare.
How they fared. It was
He
so,
specifically
so
said
social history.
He is a socio-historian studying the psychological and developmental impact of first experienced deep space travel on young minds.
So basically, how cadets handle the experiences of traveling in deep space. Could he be manipulating things to see how we handle strange occurrences in Starfleet?
He 100% is. I don't know if in character we would know that.
I don't think as players you know that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm just going off the information he told us, and now it's like, he's studying us, and right around then, as I figure, is when the alarm goes for timeout to end, because...
I will say, you guys can continue talking, but I am very quickly going to start giving my threat the longer you stay in this huddle.
Would anyone have a tricorder anywhere around us? Like, it is Starfleet Academy. It's a game, but like people still have those with
their
them.
Equipment.
Like, it's their iPhone. So, like if I...
Yeah, somebody could swim over to the sideline. There's probably a water boy or something that you know you could take a drink of water and tell them to go get your stuff.
For water polo, don't they have like teammates you could swap out with? Did you want to like try to swap out?
That's a good idea.
I don't know if they do. I'm going to say they don't because it's a game of endurance.
No worries, gotcha.
Should we just finish this? We only got a minute left.
I think we got.
And then we can go after the guy whose name I keep forgetting.
It's a minute left of play, or the timeout was 1 minute?
You have about a minute of time left. You are in the final minutes of the last quarter. I don't know enough water polo.
Yeah, let's
The game is ending. Yeah,
Let's
soon.
go.
beat these suckers.
Got it.
Probably misunderstood the dude saying you only have 1 more minute of time.
Yeah, I did.
We
That's
got
my
1 more minute. We can do it.
Make
Let's go.
them cry.
Yeah. Everybody's hands in.
Do you have a plan, Captain?
Give me the ball.
Get Shiras the ball.
Well,
Great.
so if we just scored, it would be the other teams.
So in water polo, you actually start in the middle, and they do kind of like a basketball
Every time.
jump thing. I believe so.
Okay.
If not, that's the rules with
Yep.
space time in 2135.
Yep.
Shiras, you are tall.
I am tall.
Go
I
get it.
am the ball. Let's go.
Okay, the whistle blows. You break. The 3 others on your team are giving the 3 of you kind of the stink eye. Like, what the hell is... It's the semifinals, guys! And they swim off.
Let's go.
So it would be Tuskovak who would be facing off with the other point man, or whatever they're called, team driver,
Okay.
You got this, Disco back.
to see who gets control of the ball. So let's make that.
I would like, if it changes it, I would like to take the most physically aggressive / violent approach underneath what warrants foul.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's fitness security.
Okay. Cool. I just looked down for plastic dice, forgetting what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Embrace your anger, Skovak. You've got this.
Okay. Nice roll. Let's see how they fare. Let's see. Okay. You secure the ball and gain your party a point of momentum.
Nice.
Nice.
So you manage to quickly push yourself up out of the water, grab on to the ball. What are you doing with it? What's the plan?
I am driving it towards the other team's net, hoping that Shiras is getting in place to take the. Just repeat that, and I also am hoping that I'm gonna, if you'll let me, I'll say this is a play that we already have invented because in this reality, it's our reality as well. Dalya is stealthily going to the other. If Shiras is heading right, then Dalya is heading left. And I'm going to feint, throw it to Shiras when he's in place, and then actually throw it to Dalya to take the shot.
Okay.
I got it! And then he's gonna jump and try to juke them all.
Everybody got their eye on Shiras because he is the one who does the throwing. And then she's
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
Okay.
Also massive and loud.
You guys, do I maybe know how to play sports?
Well, let's see.
Let's see.
TTRPGs really do teach us things.
Great job, Tabak. I'm gonna jump like I'm about to catch it.
I think this is going to be a series of rolls, and we'll see how they pan out. But we're gonna keep with Tuskovak because you have to execute this feint and get the ball off to Dalya, which in this case is going to be a presence.
And command?
I'm gonna say command. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Yeah.
And would you agree that tactical anticipation is being used right here?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, and so I click tactical anticipation.
Focus used, you click yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm going to spend a point of threat to make a complication range 2, so a 19 and 20.
Okay.
And this is another difficulty 0 contested. So
Okay.
you can just give that a roll. Okay, that is a crit for 2 successes. Let's see how
I know sports.
the other side's defensive wall. So this is somebody who actually has some security. So let's see how they fare.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the center or the whole set.
There we go. Yeah, whole set is what it is. Yeah, you got 2 successes. They got 2 successes. So no momentum, but I did have to burn a threat, and player or tie goes to the player. So you do manage to sort of shoulder check this other rather large-looking Mako officer, and or Mako cadet, I should say. Feint to Shiras' side and quickly slam it over to Dalya.
How close are we to the goal now?
I believe you are just outside the 2-meter line. You're at prime goal shot space.
Could she actually use her rapid analysis to figure out what the best angle is to get that in the goal and then just go for it?
Yeah, like a pool player playing the geometry. You see, you go into your Sherlock Holmes mind palace. Time slows down, and you see how everybody is moving. I like that attempt. So we're gonna call that a reason security check.
Complication is...
We'll keep complication normal.
Oh, this is the way.
Wrong show.
Interesting. Both sides got a whole bunch of nothing.
I don't know. Did his distraction help at all? Shiras was distracting.
Yeah, Shiras.
That's true.
Well, in order for an assist to apply, the primary has to gain at least one success. I will say, unfortunately, this is just a free ball right now. The Mako was able to block your shot. You thought you had everything down, but there was actually a player just behind you. They weren't, you didn't think they were in range to get you, but they had a nice burst of a kick up in your direction, and was just enough to get their hand to the side of that ball to throw it off to the side. So nobody has command of the ball at this point.
Odd question, just because I'm curious. Would this have been the first round of combat?
You want to go for a retain the initiative?
I have a thing called cat-like reflexes that I would have used if this was combat.
What does that do?
During the first round of any combat, if you have not yet acted, you can take a minor action on another turn by spending 1 momentum.
Okay. What minor action would you take?
I was gonna try to go for movement and try to, like, get up on that ball.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Spend the momentum to basically, like, realize that the ball was not going to make it where we wanted to it and just burst off to get to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I'll give that to you.
All right, so I'll spend that momentum.
We'll say that is enough for you to get to a position where you can possibly control the ball enough to make that shot. Just because I don't want to spend the rest of the night playing water polo, a game that none of us understand, apparently.
I looked it up and barely understand any of it.
Yeah. I gave myself a crash course, but none of it stuck.
Is anybody else currently fighting me for the ball?
Yeah, you still have to deal with your own defender, your own whole set, I will say.
Would hand-to-hand combat as a focus count for this?
I'll say yes. Water polo is a pretty hands-on sport.
I looked it up, and this is apparently based from Scottish history, so I feel that that's very appropriate.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm fighting this dude for the ball. I want it. I'm near the net.
Yeah, this is fitness security again. This is another bro off, basically.
Bro off. Let's go. I'm built to do 2 things really well. Let's do it.
Yep.
Did you know you cast yourself as the himbo in this mission?
To be fair, I didn't intend to. When I originally designed this character, he's supposed to be an intellectual, but we needed a security officer, and I keep getting relegated into the himbo role. Apparently, that's just my niche.
Wow. Okay. So we're not stuck on this all night. You both got a whole bunch of nothing, but they got a complication. So I think what happens is, Shiras, you do get control of the ball and go to slam it into the goal, and this guy blocks it with his face. He is sent reeling. The ball bounces back, and you were able to jump up, get it, and sort of spike it down into the goal. The timer rings out, and the game is called.
We did it, guys! We won! Wait, we're supposed to be focusing on something. What was it again?
What was it again? As the announcer, what a game! Starfleet Academy has edged out victory over the Makos.
So, I don't think I can swim.
Do we remember, like, does Tiskovak remember still that there's a dude in the crowd?
Yes.
At minimum?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just, like, beeline it out of the pool and to him?
Yeah. I will say you can definitely beeline it to the side of the pool, but your teammates are gathering over to get in the congratulatory huddle. You got fans coming down, other students who you know for some reason, in some manner.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still sitting there, or is he moving too?
Once the game was called, you do see everybody has stood up. They're cheering and whooping, but as you get to the side of the pool and sort of push yourself up out of it, you try to find them in the crowd, and you're not sure where he went.
Okay. Then I'll default back to trying to get a tricorder.
Okay. Yeah, the woman you know as your coach comes out with an armful of towels, and you can grab one and you can make a beeline for the locker room.
Do these look like familiar towels?
Just so I don't give you a red herring, I will say no, they are not. They are not the same towels that that Wonderback or whatever his name had.
I very specifically do not want to leave this area. I want to stay within this, like, close to the pool, close to the bleachers, close to where I saw the guy, and I need a tricorder from literally anybody in the area, and I'm gonna look for tachyons. I'm looking for tachyons.
Okay.
The time.
Or chronotons, or whatever the magic word is here.
Right.
Chronoton.
Yeah, it would be chronoton in this case.
Dalya is absolutely. It's like she's looking for the gray jumpsuit, but she's also kind of playing with the water, like. Oh, nice.
I'm probably getting out of the pool and just trying to see if I can catch him visually, and/or would survival work toward like scouting? I imagine, or tracking. You said he was distinctly one of the only ones wearing gray in this scenario.
Yeah, but that's not really tracking.
No worries.
Yeah, I don't think tracking's.
In that case,
Yeah.
I still want to get out and try to see if I can like visualize
Sure.
and get him, even if I don't have a focus bonus.
Yeah.
Yep. And see where he could have even gone, because
Yeah, where
Your-
he is, or
your
possibly
here
where he's
self
gone.
knows the layout of the place.
Right. Yeah, you are actually fairly familiar with this auditorium. So, Tiskovak, you are able to convince one of your teammates to run into the locker room and bring you your stuff. You can go ahead and give me a reason science roll. And Shiras, you can give me
I'm going to use a point of momentum, if I may.
to buy another die.
Yes.
All right.
How
Also,
do I
could
do that?
could I assist?
Don't forget we have untapped potential.
Oh yeah, you get one challenge die if you buy another die.
Yeah, if you succeed, you get the momentum back. If you fail, I get a threat.
Don't we always get the momentum back when you use a momentum and succeed?
No, only if you then net above the difficulty.
I understand. Okay. But this gets me that. Okay.
Yeah.
But can Dalya assist in any way?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can link up your tricorders and spread out the scanning radius.
Okay.
Nice. And an assist from Dalya would be the same thing. Science, reason science.
And I get that momentum back now because of the untapped.
Well, let's see what Dalya rolls.
Okay.
So Dalya, you would only roll one dice. So under task roll, you would click 1.
Okay, and complication was 1.
Correct.
Alright.
Okay, this was a great roll. 3 from Tiskovak and a critical from Dalya.
Thank you.
It was a difficulty 2, and you got 5, so you gained 3 momentum from that roll. And I can tell you definitively that, yes, this whole area is suffused with chronotons.
Okay.
Now, can I use my recall information to ask another question?
You can do so, yeah. What is your
Right.
question?
Is there a spot here that has less of this? And is the doctor, we forgot his name there?
You do realize that the concentration of chronotons do increase off in the direction of the locker rooms.
It increases. We're going to go check the locker room.
Wonderful. Let us continue.
And Anna, with the untapped potential, you can roll a challenge dice. So under the challenge dice row, you can put 1 in that little call out there and see if you can get that momentum back. You do.
Yay. Okay.
So that puts us at 5 total momentum, I think.
6.
Do they tell me that they think it's near the staging room?
Locker room, yeah.
Yeah.
I pointed to her locker room and said, it's increasing there.
All right, so I was looking to see if that guy was anywhere around. I'm assuming locker room is where I'm going to head to then. Let's go.
I assume the locker room is where everyone is planning to head to.
Yeah, Shiras is just going to be first because he's the only one who's already out of the pool.
Well,
I am also.
was out of the pool first, but I was like on high alert for like.
Because this is a TV show, everybody arrives at the door at the same time.
Exactly.
Okay. You do push your way through the double doors into the locker room, and you realize it is very bright in here. Like, ridiculously bright in here. And there's a high-pitched, like, tinnitus sound that starts to overtake your ears. But you do see Dr. Fink in his now weird grayish black, oddly contoured jumpsuit. He looks in your general direction. This is wrong. This is not where either of us belong.
Did you not orchestrate this?
Oh no.
Were you not here prior to... Were you not with the other Starfleet people in the future that feels a bit like a dream?
I think I'm follow. I think I follow, but no, like I think I said, I met up with them after whatever made them wet, but I don't. This isn't right.
Why were you taking notes?
He pauses, looks at you, and then the white flashes.
So he's gone, or he's still there? Or...
You're all gone. There
Okay.
is an instantaneous. You ask that question. He looks at Dalya. He opens his mouth as if to speak. His silhouette retracts quickly. There is a bright flash, an intensity to that tinnitus, and in a split second, you are back in the turbo lift. And you are back in your cadet uniforms or whatever you were wearing at the time. Dr. Gabriel Fink is still there in the civilian clothes he was wearing before. The only difference is that Willowbee is not there.
This is the weirdest thing ever.
So
Do you guys remember doing water polo just then?
We were just somewhere else.
I was swimming and I can't swim.
Out of curiosity, is Fink like on the ground, or is he just kind of standing? Like, what's his current like position in this turbovac?
He's in the same position he was when you left him, which is kind of like rubbing his head, leaning against the wall.
Can I ask a question? When we got zapped out of the turbo lift to begin with, was that as we were trying to leave it? Or that's when it happened?
It was just as the doors fully opened.
So are the doors fully opened like they were last time we saw them?
They are.
Can we try to leave?
Yeah.
I mean, I will try to leave.
And you do so. There's no barrier. No weirdness happens this time, at least. You can sit down on the ground and slide yourself out through that narrow opening down onto a hallway of Deck 3.
I'm going to be very commandy. I'm going to whip around and say to the three of you, please remain where you are for just a moment. And I will use my own tricorder that is presumably back on my person.
Yes.
And I'm just going to do a, hey, is anything going to murder us in this room scan? As it is referred to. Murder check.
Let's see. You have popped out between the anthropology and sociology labs.
Of course we have.
And across the hall, you know, there is an art center, and there is a transporter pad nearby. Though right now you are just in a hallway.
Okay, and the tricorder doesn't tell me anything unusual, except for chronotons, probably.
There is a surge of chronotons, specifically in the turbo lift.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to rapidly dissipate out in the hallway. Other than that, you're not reading anything unusual, though I will remind you that the entire ship seems to be on emergency lighting, and the red lights of red alert are flashing. Or strobing, I should say.
This room appears to be no less dangerous than it looks. Please join me, and I'll help them out of the turbo lift.
We gotta report the weirdness, though.
He does that cat-like thing where you just somehow they're both able to be big and like the thinnest possible. Just do you mind pulling my arms? Thank you.
I probably have a little bit of grease.
No grease. It's bad for the fur.
I'm gonna do something so tricky when it's Dr. Fink's turn to come out.
Okay. Yeah, he sits down on the floor of the turbo lift, swings his legs out, and starts slinking out.
As he slinks out, I am going to, do the old Vulcan.
Okay.
And even though I would never, as a person and a player or a character usually, ever do a non-consenting mind meld of any kind, ever, I am just going to do a vibe check. So I'm not digging deep. I am not looking for fully formed thoughts or deep motivations or memories. I am just trying to get a sense, like a Deanna Troy level vibe check.
Okay. All right.
I would argue that because I am a ship's counselor in training, I am able to use Vulcan mind meld tactics to get a vibe check, even though that's not something we've seen before. And mind meld is one of my talents.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was going to give myself 2 points of threat for you illegally, offensively, and unethically using a mind meld, but I will only take 1 threat because you are being kind of nice about it.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything more than a half beta Zed couldn't also do on accident. Okay. Do you want me to read you that move?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This will always require a task with a difficulty of at least 1, which could be opposed by an unwilling participant. If successful, you link minds, sharing thoughts and memories. But again, I just want vibes.
Right.
Honesty vibes. Momentum may be spent to gain more information or perform deeper telepathic exchanges. I'm not going to do that. And it does go both ways, and it is tiring and potentially hazardous.
So I'm going to say that I'm going to increase the complication range here. So this is, does it give you it doesn't say specifically what attribute and discipline it uses.
It does not.
So I'm going to call this
like presence, maybe, or insight.
I think insight.
Oh, insight. Yeah.
Yeah, insight.
Medicine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Good.
And
Okay.
I will make this opposed.
Okay. And which complication range?
Complication range 2.
Okay. And I would like to use my focus of compassion. I'm very specifically trying to
Pitch that to me.
or negotiations.
Well, you're not negotiating.
Xenopsych. So I have xenopsychology.
I'll give you that one.
And
Yeah.
okay, cool. I will buy dice because we've got a lot of momentum. If our team's okay with that.
Okay. Surprisingly enough. Okay. Yeah, you gain a point of momentum because it was a difficulty 0 contested, and you beat his 0 by 1. So, you do manage to kind of help him down and get your hands in that mind meld position on the side of his face, and it's more difficult than you expected to even get this surface level vibe off of him. And it's probably only that he wasn't expecting this, still kind of reeling from whatever happened, and probably just genuinely did not think college student academy Vulcan would use a mind meld like this. But you can just dip under the surface of his mind. You can sense he is pretty much equal parts confused, intrigued, and terrified.
And what I'm looking for is I'm trying the vibe check. The purpose of it is he the architect of this, or willingly participating or contributing to this phenomenon in some way?
From the level of fear, intrigue, and confusion, you get the sense that he is not in control of what is happening, but he isn't surprised that it is happening. He's not in control of what is happening, but he's not surprised that it is happening, and he is eagerly taking readings of whatever is going on.
Okay.
I will say
Doctor,
anything else would require a momentum for additional questions.
Okay. Doctor, my apologies for the intrusion. I do not usually take such drastic actions. However, this situation is, as many others may put it, terrifying. Why is it that you are not surprised this is happening? And I will spend a momentum if you make me for that question.
Well, the momentum spent for a question is more out of game.
Okay.
Player to GM.
Okay.
Asking him a question, he will simply respond.
Okay.
There are forces at work here, far more complex. I hesitate to say insidious, but I don't think they are in the best interest of... There are certain things that I can say and certain things that I cannot. And I apologize for those things that I cannot, but it is for your best interest, and probably mine, that I don't elaborate too terribly much.
Can you make it stop?
Potentially. We are moving in the right direction. I believe we need to get to a viewport or a scanner of some kind. There's something happening on this ship. There's a reason that this is happening. I don't know what it is, but somebody needs to figure out what it is and stop it. And if nobody else is already working on it, he looks around a hallway that is fairly empty. That is empty. In fact, strangely empty. If nobody else is working on this, we need to figure out what is going on. And I would say time is an issue, but obviously not in the way that would normally mean.
Is there a computer terminal in this room that Dalya can get to?
Yeah, the hallways are lined with periodic terminal interfaces, yeah.
Yeah, so even while they were already talking, she would have been heading for the first computer terminal to figure out what was going on.
Okay.
Because she has that talent, I know my ship, which gets her a bonus D20 when I try and figure out what a technical problem is.
Okay, so you want to pull up interior ship scanners and scan the ship for problems?
Yeah, and figure out, why are we on code red? Why did the lift stop? Is anything...
Okay.
She's worried that something is going to hurt the ship and then hurt everybody in it.
Yeah. I will ask, because these are two separate systems. Are you looking at interior sensors or exterior sensors?
Interior first.
Okay.
Just to see if something inside the ship is wrong, not
Right.
if something from outside is hurting it from the outside, more on the inside.
Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be, I think this is the first roll that is actually going to be assisted by the Calipatera. So sensors is reason science.
Reason, science.
And I will roll for the Caliptera using sensors.
All right. I am assuming troubleshooting is a yes on the focus.
What are your other focuses? This isn't really
Unconventional thinking, rapid analysis, experimental technology, troubleshooting, and walking encyclopedia.
I don't think any of those are going to apply, unfortunately.
So, no. And complication rating?
1, just normal complication.
And 2 dice?
Correct, unless you would like to buy additional.
You want to? We've got the momentum to burn.
Yeah, let us do that because this is important, and she is a little worried that, we might not survive this.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm scared of which sport we have to play next.
Yeah.
Oh, and a bonus d20. Because I know my ship. It says when you attempt a task to determine the source of a technical problem with your ship, add 1 bonus d20. But it doesn't matter, it's a 19 anyway, so.
Well, let me roll for the ship. I don't know why that rolled 2. I had 1 selected. We will take the first one. So an extra 1. So that was a challenge rating, difficulty rating. Yeah, just difficulty rating 1. So you can take back to momentum.
Does that max us out again? Used one?
I believe so, yeah.
And what does the computer tell me?
So what you notice is the ship, there's pockets of chronoton fields of quite large concentrations that quickly disperse out from whatever these epicenters are. You can see that the number of life signs on the ship seem to be in flux. You're not sure how many life signs are on the ship. In the couple minutes you're using the sensors, it fluctuates rapidly, and even individual life signs seem to be indeterminate. They're there, but they're not, or they're not complete. It can't lock on to exactly what species they are or what their health is. It's just, it might be a life sign. So something seems to be going on, within the ship itself that probably has something to do with why you don't see too many people. Others in the ship might be experiencing exactly what you have just experienced, being displaced in space-time. On top of that, you notice, the most blaring issue and the reason for the red alert is that the bridge has been compromised.
Define compromise.
Integrity?
Currently, it is just saying that the bridge is compromised. Indeterminate life signs. There are 3 solid life signs, and then indeterminate other life signs. And that lockdown protocols have taken effect to lock off the turbo lifts to decks 1 and 2. If you would like to ask more questions, you can spend momentum.
I have a question that won't spend momentum.
Okay.
We would know as crew members how to use the Jeffries tubes to navigate.
Generally.
Above table is that a bad idea?
The lockdown protocols would have also sealed the bulkheads and the Jeffries tubes.
Okay.
Since this was a task that had reason in it, I think I should be able to use the recall information and ask one more question.
Yeah,
right?
Go for it. Yeah.
Hold up. We were at, there's 3 for sure life signs on the bridge, but there might be more.
Yes.
Right? Who are the 3 life signs that are for sure on the bridge?
Tholians.
So she would share, she would, while she's working, she would say, there seems to be bubbles or things of this popping up all over the ship. I cannot get a good log on life sign aside from 3 Thorians on the bridge, and there's a lockdown in place. And then she's going to turn and look at Dr. at the doctor and say, "So, are these your friends?"
Before I drop back into character as Dr. Fink, would anyone else like to spend momentum on additional questions?
Yes, but let me think about what that question would be. Yes, I would like to ask the computer, how many Tholians are on board?
I'm not going to make this a momentum spend. The
Okay.
3 solid life forms that you can detect on the ship are the 3 Tholians on the bridge.
Okay, and if I just go back to captain.
You get that dull chirp of no
He
signal.
not there. Okay. Just go back to security. Okay.
Would Dalya know how to bypass the lockdown to still get on the bridge? As somebody who's sciencey engineering
Mhm.
person.
Theoretically, yes, it would come down to a roll.
All
A
right.
very difficult role, I would imagine.
Yeah, more than likely. But yeah, she would probably try and figure that out. She would say, let me try and see if I can bypass this enough to get us to the bridge.
Yeah.
But first, we need to listen to the answer of the doctor of when I ask him if those 3 dudes are the 3 Folians. Sorry, I don't know if they're dudes. The 3 Folians are his friends.
Oh, certainly not. I imagine they are behind what is going on right now.
No,
The thing that-
Sherlock.
The thing that doesn't surprise you, and you have allies of a sort involved in the phenomenon that is being caused by the Tholians, who you can't say much about. But
I
aren't
never
your
said I
friends.
had allies. Not here. I apologize. I know this is all very confusing, but there are reasons I can only say so much.
Doctor, what year were you born?
I cannot answer that.
Okay. As I suspected, it's a time episode.
Oh no.
We knew that already.
we did, but yeah.
I can tell you what is happening now was not supposed to happen.
Okay. Tholian interference. I'm ready to help Dalya try and get into the bridge with one of my talents.
Okay. So, my own Trek mind can think of a number of different ways to potentially access the bridge, and a number of different problems that may crop up, especially when Tholians are involved.
We don't want the turbolift. We for sure do not want to deal with that.
Yeah,
And we don't want to go through the turbolift shaft.
She would probably come up with the most unconventional way possible because that's how her brain thinks. She wouldn't think the straight thing. She wouldn't.
Would you try to transport us onto the bridge? Override the security to transport us?
That would probably be a good sideways because she would not try the lift or the tubes or something as straightforward or like even an override. But I think if we could do that, I don't know if the Chronos would interfere with
The Chronotons?
the Chronotons, if they would interfere with transporter.
They could. The Chronotons, so it's like hot and cold, hot potato, not potato, but like hot and cold where there's concentrations or lack thereof, right?
Yes.
So if we opt to go to the transporter room or pad, you said it was a pad, not a room. If we opt to head towards that, if we would know when we're about to approach a heavy concentration of them, which we could
Avoid.
which we should be able to assume, like, oh well, if there's more here, we should avoid that, or we're going to be playing polo again.
You can avoid the ones that you see, but you do notice they do seem to be popping up and disappearing and popping up and disappearing. And if there is a pattern, it would take an additional analysis to find one.
Okay. Shiras,
We try and
Nadaya,
find the pattern.
shall we navigate carefully?
That is my plan of action. Let's do this.
Dr. Fink, would you care to accompany us?
Oh, certainly. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with you.
And Dalya is going to look at Shiras like, you can lie on that one. All right. How far is it to the teleporter pad?
Actually, it's just down the hallway.
Oh, lucky.
Not far. Yeah, you can take out your scanners, and there are no chronoton bubbles in the way.
Okay.
So you can make it to the transporter pad.
Alrighty.
Let's see if we can get that programmed in and make and see if we can actually transport over there.
Okay.
See if there's anything blocking us from it.
There will be. Right, I mean, Trekkie to Trekkie, when the bridge is on lockdown, it blocks
Yes.
every form of...
Yep.
There is a
Okay.
safety protocol preventing transport lock onto decks 1 and 2.
Oh, I have an idea. Nadaya, with your expertise of our ship here, would you happen to know the exact coordinates from this transporter pad? Could you calculate the exact vector from this transporter pad to, say, the center of the bridge? And I would like to say, never has a transporter ever gone wrong on screen where somebody beams into somebody else.
I mean, she should,
Throwing it out there.
because she knows the ship. She can also do the rapid analysis stuff, and she's a walking encyclopedia.
That's already how transporters work. You have to plug in coordinates. If those coordinates fall within decks 1 and 2, the transporter is saying, no, you should not be
Yeah,
there.
so
okay,
we
so-
got to override it.
Okay, so
Gotta
that
see if I can
won't-
override it.
Okay. Giving it the coordinates instead of calling it the bridge won't circumvent it.
So, but I bet if I do that, I bet Skovach can probably help or assist.
I actually think Shiras should help because it would be
Oh,
security.
because you're good at engineering.
Well, security.
Actually,
Security
engineering.
would be needed to help get around the...
Oh yeah, he might have security codes we
It'd
need.
be a security lockout.
Do I have any knowledge of how to circumvent a security block?
Theoretical, it would come down to the roll.
What are you
You can do
I'm
it.
going to attempt to circumvent our security lockout here.
Okay.
How many momentum do we have left? I couldn't keep track of how much you guys
We
have
have
spent
we have
there.
full, all 6.
We have all 6? Okay.
I'm
I'm going to attempt to get around security lockout.
going to say above table, there is something important that you are not considering, and I will tell you what it is for 2 threat.
I will...
2 threat, and how many do you have currently? 1?
2.
Oh man.
I say we take it,
That's
because
a
if we're
heavy
going to screw up...
cost.
Hold up. It also said that the bridge right now might be compromised. Is that a whole compromise? Can I look at that? Because you said earlier that the bridge there's
Wouldn't it
a
have told us if there was
compromise?
a hull breach? We were shook really hard, right?
so if the bridge is compromised, is it just
'Cause
people
there's
there, or is it like
Yeah.
vacuum?
So this is going to be a new reason science roll. This was a question you could have asked off of the original roll, but it
Yeah.
has moved beyond that. So this is a new test, basically.
Okay, reason. You said what reason?
Reason science.
Reason science.
Complication 1, difficulty 1. Okay. So you would gain a point of momentum, but I think you're at full. The decks 1 and 2 are currently reading a temperature of 353 degrees Fahrenheit and increasing.
Okay, so...
Thank you,
hull breach.
Vivi. Okay.
And I have an extra question.
Okay, you get your free one from your talent.
Yes, I just got to come up with a very good one. Do I know of a way to protect us from the heat?
So, there's a number of ways you could go about this. There are essentially spacesuits, pressure suits, that they'd probably be pushing the upper limits of temperature regulation. You probably wouldn't want to stay in there too long, but that's an option. You could attempt multiple overrides to try to expose the decks 1 and 2 to space, though that would be very difficult, and the indeterminate life signs, which are probably your bridge crew, you might have a problem with that. You also know that there are force fields that can be activated in sequence throughout the ship, so you could do sort of a rolling land grab, I guess. Lock an area down with a force field, evacuate that heat into another part of the ship, and then continue to roll that down until you get to where you need to be on the bridge.
So maybe we should pick an area where we know there's nobody, and actually teleport those 3 people off the bridge, and then put them in a force field so the heat can't get out.
Okay.
I'm down to try that.
Yeah, my next idea was to try to talk to them.
Yeah, but
so...
if do we have a break on board?
You do, yeah.
Shiras, do we have is there enough space in the break for 3 people?
Well, big wide people.
Yeah, and on what deck is it?
I'm not sure. That looks like damage control.
And in her mind, she's just thinking about getting the reason for the heat off of the bridge and somewhere contained, and then we can still talk to them as long as they're contained. Because in the brick, don't they also have like force fields or something that keeps them in there?
Yes.
We would just have to extend it to...
So the cell has a force field that keeps them in, and also it is environmentally controlled separately, so we can make it be hot so they don't die.
Yes.
And full of xenon or whatever it is they breathe. I just made that up. It's not xenon.
it's something that is not oxygen,
gross,
nitrogen.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure you have a brig. I have Miranda blueprints, but as I said, there's a lot of information on these blueprints. You know where the brig is.
Yeah. So Shiraz could help me program the location in, but first we would have to get past the security so that we could log on those 3.
Yeah.
First set up where they're going and make sure they're not going to die. So we have to get into the environment, which he probably can because, he's security. He can probably just set up the unused one that we're going to use. And then we would have to gut through the security so we could lock onto the 3 life signs and teleport them into the break.
Right. Have we got 3 cells? If we've got 3 cells, we should separate them.
I will say you have 3 cells.
Cool. Are you guys on board with that?
Works for me.
Okay, and then we can block communications between the cells.
Yeah.
Don't let them talk to each other.
Go with that.
There's a plan. Oh my god, we have a plan.
The internet has told me
that will fail as soon as we try to implement it.
Yeah. The internet says deck 5 is where where the brig is if we care.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Because it would have been shitty if it would have been on deck 2,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I would have been
well, it wouldn't be on deck 2. Deck 2 is officer lounges.
Officer lounges in prison.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is going to be such a hard roll.
So I'm not going to worry about setting up the proper atmosphere and whatnot in the brig.
Yeah.
That's not on lockdown. But the bridge is secured by its own separate internal force field, or at least probably not force field, but like a transport blocker, because you don't want people to be able to just beam your bridge crew off the bridge. even from the inside. So this is going to be difficult, and there will be complications. So,
Time for the himbo to show why he's smart.
so transporters are control... I think it's control engineering.
And the ship will help us. Can more than one? Can you get helped by more than one thing?
You can be
Forget.
assisted by the ship, and you can be assisted by one other player.
Okay.
Okay, and it was control what?
Control engineering.
And who has, between the two of you, control and engineering, who has the highest combo?
I have
9 in
9-4.
control and a 3 in engineering.
I have a 9 in control and a 4 in engineering.
All right. Dalya for the win.
I will say the person who is assisting, I would say the person assisting would use reason security.
Would any of my focuses apply to this?
I will give you unconventional thinking.
Okay.
But this is going to be a difficulty 4 check.
So we need 4 successes, so we have to roll.
Remind me again how you use one of your values with the determination thing.
Yeah, if you can call upon one of your values, you can burn your point of determination, and it counts as buying a dice that automatically rolls a 1.
Okay, because I got a good mystery is irresistible. I can make something from nothing. Good leaders get their hands dirty, and resistance is never futile.
Oh, that last one.
I think that last one would apply.
Yeah, but if you let me, I would burn my determination on this.
Okay.
And do you want to use momentum as well?
I am going to spend my 2 threat to make it complication range 3, however.
Okay.
So 18, 19, and 20.
Resistance is never futile.
Okay. So that's 2 here, plus 2 from your determination buy, because that's a critical. However, there is a complication.
And one of us was going to help.
Yes.
That was gonna be me, yeah.
Yeah, that
All
was
right.
gonna be you.
Go ahead.
So, what was the roll again?
That was reason security. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Nothing there. And the ship sheet never rolls correctly. So we're only taking that first one, which is a success, though. So that's 5 successes on a difficulty 4. So you do get a momentum back after all of that. However, there is a complication. So I will say, you get a transporter lock on the 3 Tholians, and you begin your transporter sequence. Shiras, you do have to perform different security bypasses to trick the internal transporter dampers to allow this to happen. Probably in a way of, making it believe you're trying to do an emergency beam out for a bridge officer.
Mm-hmm.
Vivi?
Hold. Do we still have 2 momentum left?
We have 5.
All right, can we spend 2 to remove a complication after a successful task?
You
I
may.
think we can. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
use your hot shot.
takes care of that problem. You have 3
Catch.
Tholians and 3 Briggs.
Huzzah! Victory!
All right. Now,
I
beep beep. Dalya to bridge.
Chink.
yeah. No one's going to be there, right? Because our 3 life signs that were there were the Tholians.
Yes.
And
And
the bridge.
Interrogate the Tholians.
yeah, and the
Can we-
bridge is still 350 degrees.
Yeah. Can we make that be not 350 degrees through just environmental controls? Please, please reset bridge to standard Starfleet protocol or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
now that there aren't Tholians there actively performing overrides, you can do that. Since we're coming up at time, I will say you are able to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we just need to figure out how to shut down the bloop 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 bloop. Dr. Finsk.
I think we have to go talk to the Tholians, right?
I was gonna say we should go interrogate the Tholians on this. Yeah.
How about you guys go to the Tholians and I'll be just like maybe a couple of rooms over already on a console, already working on stuff, so that they just need to yell through the door
All right.
Working on what kind of stuff?
that just are already trying being on the console and ready to implement whatever they find out so we can fix this.
You should be able to
Okay.
do that in the brig, I believe.
I wasn't sure if how close they would have a
It-
computer terminal.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. Some things, some like high-level engineering things, you need to be either on the bridge or in engineering. For certain sensor things, you need to be, for the most part, any high-level stuff, you need to be on the bridge or engineering, unless it's like a scientific analysis sort of thing, and then any sort of science lab will do. General computer terminals throughout the ship are more just for internal operations.
Is our communication with each other working?
Yes.
All right, then I will head to engineering.
Okay. Well, it
Shiras.
seems you have a plan, since you're splitting up.
I think you should be coming with me and helping me figure this out because you know more than you're saying.
That is
Does
true.
he? Yeah, he does? Okay.
I
just
will help
watched
as
him and
much
he
as I
said
can.
yes.
And you are not friends with the Tholians.
Not these Tholians.
If she could do this, she would. We're gonna revisit that later. And
I'm
she's
sure
just
we
gonna
will.
drag him with her, like grab him by the arm. All right, get interviewing. We gotta fix this.
Shiras, are you coming with me?
I assumed that I had to be in the thing, so yeah. Let's do this.
Cool. So
It'll
we
be
all just
intimidating.
take a bunch of Jeffrey's tubes since we're on red alert and the turbo lift nearest us is no good.
You can just find a different turbo lift, and actually, now that you've reset, bridge environmentals, the lockdown unlocks.
Okay.
Well, there we go. That's good news.
So can I ask the computer a couple questions as we are traversing to the brig?
It depends on what those questions are.
Mhm.
I don't
So
want to
it'll
get
be-
stuck in just asking the computer a whole
That's
bunch
fine.
of questions.
Yeah. So what I'm looking for is where's the the bridge crew? Like where's the captain and the first officer? And like are they secure? And how many crew members are currently missing? And where are we in space?
Okay.
Which I assume it would just tell me.
Yeah, I can give you answers to those questions that I'm sure you will not find helpful.
Okay. Cool. Never mind.
All bridge crew are currently on the bridge. Are missing. Are on the bridge.
Okay.
Life signs detected. Captain is on the red alert.
Computer, stop.
I think they're just getting swapped through timescapes, like we were having that issue.
Yes.
So.
Current crew
mention
complement
that.
is 3 plus 1 unidentified. 76. 83. 12.
Computer,
Crew
stop.
complement
I think it's literally just the time thing that we went through. We're gonna have to just deal
And
with it.
it won't tell us where we are in space.
It will.
As in, are we currently in Cardassian space? Are we currently in Tholian space?
It would give you. It would pop up on screen as a sector towards galactic spinward. I think it said, galactic rimward. You are towards the edge of Federation space, on the rimward side of the Federation. Not.
So the Tholians are not supposed to be here.
Oh no, they are not.
Okay.
You are not in Tholian space. You are not in Cardassian space, but you are more or less where you were when all of this started.
Okay.
You have, however, dropped out of warp.
Okay. I mean, that's
So
good.
we-
We're not in Tholian space because we captured 3 of their people, and so they did a bad, not us.
You would her. Almost at deck 11 engineering.
Confirmed. Now arriving at the brig.
Yeah, you can take a turbo lift down to deck 5 and make your way over to the brig, where there are 3 separate rooms back to back. They are cut off, but 3 separate rooms with 3 very angry Tholians and very hot temperatures inside.
Nadalya, is there something specific that you wanted to do proactively in engineering, or are you just there waiting to react to any information we get through interrogation?
she's gonna probably do use the outside scanners and see if they have their own ship
Oh my
close
God.
by,
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. How? Come
and
on.
make sure
This is
she's
so
able to bring up shields, and block anybody from transporting onto the ship.
Red Alert would have engaged shields.
Yes.
Is Red Alert still?
It
You
is.
have
Red
to
Alert's
you have
still
to
going?
manually
Alright.
disengage Red Alert, right? So like it's still on. Okay.
Yep. Okay, Nadalya, go ahead and give me a reason engineering. Yeah, reason engineering.
Can I? I don't know how meta cheating this is, and how much Trek knowledge you're supposed to be able to share with people who might not know. But we also should check for more chronotons. It's not chronotons. What is it that cloak ships? What is it? It is, right? That's what the Romulans use.
Not chronotons. I believe they're tachyons.
It is. Okay. Then yes. That's why I got confused earlier. So we also should be looking for that. Ships or tachyon.
Right.
We're pretending Nadalya would absolutely know that.
Right.
But I'm thinking that would probably be two different things, I'm guessing. Or would you say it's something she can do in a combined task?
It could. Detecting cloaked ships is very difficult, because a cloaked ship is naturally going to, as part of its cloaking device, contain the tachyons that would give it away. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an effective cloaking device. So the very few times that ships have detected cloaked ships is usually because that ship is damaged, or it's a really old ship, or O'Brien did some magical space nonsense and made it work.
Well,
Your
let's see if we
principle
can
agreed to make it
find
work.
one with a normal skin first, and then
Yeah.
we can still.
Is Nadalya's last name O'Brien?
I don't even know if they have last names, because when I looked up the examples, none of them had last names.
That's fair.
And it looks like you rolled, right? That was for this
Yes,
roll?
that was my role. Yes.
Okay. You're already max momentum, so we don't need to worry about that. Yes, there are 3 Thulian darts in sort of a holding pattern around the ship. I don't remember the crew complement of the basic Thulian dart-shaped ship, but I think it is more than one, so there are probably other Thulians on there. You also, this is the first time that you as a character detect a massive, highly concentrated chronoton tear. In fact, it's more than just chronotons. The sensors are overwhelmed by the amount of data that is flowing in, and also you're not receiving any data. But there is a tear. You could bring up like visual sensors, and it looks like there is a Doctor Who Amy Pond's wall tear in space-time.
Okay.
Can we set up an emergency beacon?
Yeah,
Call
sure.
for help,
Good idea.
Yeah, that's easy enough.
and then she would probably be. Just go back. There's 3 enemy darts. I'm now calling them enemy, but it's probably just Thulians. Darts. Here and there is a rent in, I don't know, the time-space continuum, chromium, tachyon, whatever. There's a big old rip here. Something is not right. Would you like to call the darts as our commander, or would you like to wait until after? She is a little flabbergasted, very clearly. Would you like to wait after the interrogation? Because something is not right here. And I did set up an emergency beacon.
I would posit that since this happened after Kirk, and Kirk experienced the Nexus, that we would know whether this is the Nexus.
The Thulian web. You do not detect a
No.
Thulian webs.
No, the Nexus,
Nexus.
the ribbon of light that shoots through in Star Trek Generations that has both Kirk and Picard, and it transports them through space-time, sort of very similar to what this happened. It gives Picard a family at Christmas. It gives Kirk his girlfriend as his wife, and they ride horses.
Oh, I didn't watch that one because it sounded ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and it's kind of, I love it. It's sort of the best one.
That is not what this is, because I don't know what
Silly.
that is, and I made this up.
Okay. Cool. Okay. And you said yes or no to the Tholian web.
No, they do not seem to have deployed a Tholian web.
Okay. And do we know Tholians to have any kind of biological mechanism similar to like arsenic in a tooth, where they will self-destruct if interrogated? Is that something that we would know about the species?
I mean, no more than anybody else might have arsenic in a tooth.
Okay. The old arsenic. Okay.
You mean you don't have arsenic in your teeth right now?
Yeah, I didn't, and that's the wrong chemical anyway. But so, oh man, Shiras, do you believe we should interrogate the Tholians here in the brig before we speak to the ship, or should I speak to the ships first to see if they will respond to our hails?
I mean, I thought we were interrogating them, but that sounds like a great idea.
Okay. So yeah, let's hail the I don't know, the dart that's closest or
Okay.
biggest or whatever.
For that, you're going to need to go to the bridge.
God.
I mean, which you can do. The turbolifts work, the bridge
Thanks.
is, back to normal environmentals.
Okay, there are three with things we know. There's only 3 Tholians on board. Now they're captured. We don't
Yes.
have any reason to believe there's other crazy, scary aliens on board.
It's hard to tell with life signs fluctuating, but the only 3 solid life signs are accounted with the 3 Tholians in the brig.
Okay, and now we can get around safely, navigating around. I can't imagine you're going to give us another water polo scene this late at night.
No.
So we will magically.
Yeah,
be
you
able
can make
to
your way to
avoid
the bridge. Yeah.
Okay. And we have communication between the 3 of us, even if we split the party in 3 directions?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I leave Shiras here then?
Shiras is in charge of keeping all of that. Well, I know Discovery is being our commander.
Mm-hmm.
Commander Storm run their speed walk. Can I try and have Dr. Finns help me figure out if they have like some kind of experimental technology or something that we can detect so that we can shut it down or at least block it?
I see what you're doing, Dalya. I will have to answer this very carefully. Yes, they are using very experimental, very dangerous technology that they should not have. And quite frankly, neither should you.
But now we're gonna have it.
Well, that is my focus, so one of my focuses, so she would probably, she is focused on how do I block them from using that technology on our ship, and see if Dr. Finns can help us. How do we block it? She doesn't care how it works right now, she just wants to know how to block it.
Your ship doesn't have the capabilities to do this. I'm sorry. Whatever course of events is happening, we need to follow to the end. Which is a lot more complicated than even you realize.
Ah, good mysteries are irresistible. All right, let's see what Tiskovak can do. Yeah, and since I'm in engineering and she's going to be on the bridge, can she make sure that we can actually listen in?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, like open comms, but not. If these 2 jabronis start talking, I don't want the Tholians on the darts to hear. Right? Like, I want to hear, but I don't want the Tholians to hear.
Yeah, I'm sure the comm badges can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a BCC, but
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Just go back.
So-
You're on the bridge.
And no, I'm alone? No one else is here?
It's strange here, actually. You take the turbo lift up to the bridge, and again, this entire time you are moving throughout the ship on emergency lighting and the slowly strobing red of the red alert lights. You get to the bridge, and turbo
I'm so
lift
sorry.
open-
Did I run into anybody else at all on the whole way to the bridge?
You have or you're just going, all of this has taken place in the span of like a 20-foot hallway, because you go to a turbo lift to go somewhere, you go down a hallway into a room, you come out of the room, you go to a turbo lift. You have, however, seen it's not like the transporter effect of people being half there and half not, but you can see weird overlaps in space-time. It's almost like ghosts of your crewmen. Or you hear somebody speaking, but they're not there. Or you see somebody. You probably have seen somebody and ran in that direction, try to wave them down, but by the time you get to them, they are not there anymore.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, it's a good visual. You do make your way up to deck 1. The turbo lift doors open up, and it is a terrifying scene, really. The carpet on the floor is scorched away. There is soot all over the floor. Control panels have partially melted. A lot of the... some of the control panels have actually blown out. But even at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, the materials you use in shipbuilding can survive quite a lot of damage. There is enough power and enough working terminals on the bridge to do what you need to do, at least, to establish open comms. So you would like to hail the lead Tholian ship?
Yes, and do I need to worry about the environmental situation? No, right?
No, it's still quite warm in here.
Replaced? Okay.
Yeah, it's still quite warm. It's trying to equalize, but even that is like, I don't know, high 90s.
Okay. Which is, I feel so good because I'm Vulcan, so that's fine.
Yeah, no, actually, this is probably the most comfortable you've been on this ship in 2 months. Yeah. aside from the kind of acrid smell in the air and maybe a little soot and dust.
Okay.
But you can pull up comms on the lead ship, and it flashes up on the view screen, and taking up pretty much the entirety of the view screen is that big crystalline red stalagmite face of a Tholian with those burning red slit eyes. And it just stares.
My heart is pounding in real life right now. Okay. This is Acting Captain Tiskovak. Please state the reason for your presence.
There is a quick series of shrills and chirps and what almost sounds like the screech of glass on metal. The Tholian language has been one that has been difficult to translate. Starfleet has very limited contact with the Tholians, and they have a lot of different dialects. It's always difficult to communicate with Tholians.
Even if you have a focus in linguistics?
Okay.
And xenopsychology to help interpret the meanings of certain word placement?
Yeah, GM, what about if you have that as a focus?
Yeah. No, I mean, I was going to give you a roll anyway, but this only makes it better.
How do you
so
like
that
them
is
translator apples?
Yeah. Let's make that an insight command.
Okay. Okay. Wait, hold on, what did you say? You said difficulty 3?
Difficulty 3, yeah.
Oh, well then I have to roll more than 2 dice.
Unless you critical, but
oh, so okay,
theoretically,
sorry.
Probability, yeah.
If you will allow me to retcon,
Sure.
I didn't do the math in that. So if I buy one dice, it costs 1 momentum. If I buy 2 dice, it costs 3 momentum total. Correct?
That's what we're going with. Yeah.
And this is just for me to be able to communicate with them, like effectively.
Yes.
Understand them. Okay. Are you guys? And we have 5 momentum or 6?
I think we're full.
Okay, I'm gonna use 3, if that's okay with you, too.
Well, our momentum generator, use it.
Ooh. Okay, so focus, yes. Okay, so 1, 2. So I'm rolling 4.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And the ship should be able to help me, right?
Yes. It doesn't get anything.
Okay.
I am going to do a smash cut as the translator begins working, because it's been a while since we've heard from Shiras. What are you doing down in the brig, if anything?
I did not realize that we could not communicate with them. Unfortunately, I'm not that well versed in Star Trek, and I did not know that we did not have the ability to communicate with these species of alien. So, knowing that now, I might have asked if I could retroactively go on to help them, since I can't actually...
We could do that.
I can't actually communicate with them to do a threat assessment.
Would you, though? Because the computer's all centralized, so if I succeeded at mine, then wouldn't the computer be able, like, wouldn't the ship now... The universal translator, they're all connected, right? So it would work for Shiras as well?
Yeah, mostly. The universal translator is translating in real time. Even using the universal translator at peak performance, I don't think you get anything more than simple concepts. It's not proper vernacular back and forth, because it's just such an alien, I would say alien language, but it's such an alien being. It's silicon based, it lives on a class Y world. It just works so differently that the universal translator can't give you much more than very simple concepts that are trying to be discussed.
Okay.
But you would get, and I will say, Shiras, having a very similar conversation down with your prisoners, you would get time belongs to us now. You will be unmade.
Oh, God.
Well, that's not good.
Literal chills.
The future will be better. The past will be ours. Which is probably a best estimation from the universal translator. And as that series of clicks and screeches finishes, there is a burning flash from these Tholians as the white overtakes all of you once more. You now find yourself, the 5 of you, Dalya, Shiras, Tiskovak, Winston's here again, don't know where he got to, and Dr. Gabriel Fink. Now, once again, in that same sort of black and gray, weird contoured, even in Star Trek sci-fi looking jumpsuit.
Is it the Traveler jumpsuit? Will you just tell me? It's killing me.
It's not the Travelers from TNG. It's more like, it's from Star Trek Enterprise.
Okay.
The time agent there. I forget what his name was.
Yeah.
Edwards or something like that? It was something very generic.
No, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Daniels. It was Daniels.
Daniels, yes. Yes, Lieutenant Daniel. Okay.
Yeah, it was his time outfit. He's a time agent.
Thank
but
you. Sorry,
none
it really
of you
was
know that.
killing me.
Yeah.
Time agents.
Yep. That is for player and audience, not for character. But you can see now that he's in his time agent uniform. He's standing up much straighter. He looks even a little bit more. He looks even more different. Those contours on his forehead are a little deeper. You notice he has some spots down. Like his sideburns.
Like DAC spots?
Similar.
Okay.
There's probably some amount of trill, in them.
Okay.
This, I think okay, we don't have a lot of time. We are about 10 minutes prior to when we first met. You need to move quickly. This is your actual timeline. Where I met you in your bunks has not happened yet, and should not happen the way that it did. And now that you are on this runabout, you are on a runabout now, shuttle out in space. On the view screen in front of you, you see the USS Calipatera. Sort of no, it is still just traveling in space. It has come to a stop. It is not in warp anymore. and you are sitting sort of just off. It looks like you were coming into dock.
Do we remember that we need to? Like, is it weird that we're on the runabout, or is that in our own personal memories?
No, actually, being in the runabout right now feels more real than any of the other things you have done tonight.
Okay. So we don't need to spend 20 minutes investigating that.
No, actually,
Please don't.
now that you are here, you can remember you were off on a survey mission, surveying this system of worlds with a number of other Danube-class runabouts, surveying this system. And you were
So
on your way back.
Is this your classic, you have to stop yourself from doing the thing that you know you already did but can't do without seeing yourself?
Something like that.
Okay.
I can't go into it any more than that, and we don't have time for it. We need to get you onto the ship. You need to warn your captain to not be here. What did happen is very likely to happen again if we don't change anything. It's not certain, because we're not in the same timeline, but timelines are converging and tearing apart. Sometime in the next 15 years, there is going to be a massive breakdown in the walls of reality. I'm not sure when or where. The further away I am from that nexus, the more indeterminate it is. My timeline has already been compromised. I might be able to fix it, and I think what we did here, and actually he leans over and puts his hand on Cadet Willowbee and gives him a nod. What we did here, all of you, I think, is a step in the right direction. I'm talking too much. I will try to explain. I will try to come back and explain more if I can. You need to get to the bridge. You need to warn your captain. You need to take this ship back to Earth.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
I will... Could we communicate with people on the ship with our personal communicators, or do we need to use the runabout communication system?
You are...
Or it doesn't matter, I guess.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will hail our captain. I will hail the bridge and security. And I will say...
Captain Savolrath?
This is Tiskovak. Emergency transport for the entire crew of the runabout I am currently on, just outside the ship, to the ready room. Please have the captain meet us there.
You are speaking to the captain.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Please meet us there,
Yeah.
Captain.
Emergency transport acknowledged. You will have some explaining to do when you get aboard. Stand by. And suddenly, you see each other. The blue, pixelated, wavy lines overtake all of you, except for Dr. Fink, who just sort of slides the opacity meter down to 0.
Cool.
And you are suddenly, the four of you, on the bridge. And Captain Rithros Thavolreth, an Endorian, a very stern. He's an Endorian. Endorians are hot-headed, despite being from an ice planet, or perhaps because of being from an ice planet. He's a good captain, a fair captain, but I wouldn't call him a disciplinarian necessarily. But he is hard on students. Hard on cadets, especially the ones that he knows can perform better than they are.
Okay.
Cadets, you better have a good reason for this.
Of course, Captain.
It involves time travel.
Yes.
But first, we need to leave so we can be
Right
safe.
now.
Please, we can explain while we're leaving.
Captain, due to the temporal prime directive, we need to leave this area of space immediately. We need to reverse course at maximum warp. I can explain as soon as we do that. But our lives and the galaxy's... I don't even say the galaxy. Our lives are in danger, and so is our timeline. We must reverse course now. And please...
Science, drop a probe. Confirm what you can. Engineering, we need maximum warp immediately. Chief, transporters, return all cadets to the ship. We will come back for the shuttles if we can. There is a series of eyes and a flurry of motion on the bridge and throughout the ship. From the exterior, or I will say our camera will pull out through the view screen, and we will see our beautiful Miranda class ship, the USS Calipatera, the nacelles glow a bright blue as it shoots off back to Earth.
Skovak knew the magic words.
And that
Nothing
is
gets
where
the captain to do stuff like the phrase prime directive.
we will end for tonight.
Woo!
All right.
Did we live?
Yeah,
Did we
everyone lived. You managed to get back before any of this happened, so none of the crew got caught in weird space-time shenanigans. The bridge was not scorched by Tholian atmosphere. And you met a time
never
agent.
had to play water polo, and I never had to swim.
Yeah, there you go.
But do I remember how to swim?
You can hold on to those memories, but by the time you get back to Earth, it's
Probably
a dream you once had.
Oh man!
You
It's
remember
dawning.
playing water polo, but you're not sure you want to get into the pool because you don't know how much of that actually happened.
It's
Nobody's
dawning on
teaching
me
how
that
to teach you
our
to swim.
yeah, it's dawning on me that our Frozen was worried about the water, but the other guy's literally a cat.
Yeah.
And he's
Some cats are fine with water.
number one best polo player.
We know how to swim. You never seen a jaguar?
I mean, are you a cool cat? Are you a cool big cat guy?
Okay.
Excuse me, that's speciest.
It is.
Some of them do love swimming. though.
HR.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was something that I've been working on for a while, and I thought I could squeeze it in to a one shot. Obviously, I couldn't. There were a number of different things you could have done other than water polo. I had something including the Zindi Aquatics and a transdimensional fissure. I had a sort of alternate reality Delta Quadrant Monean Ocean
Okay.
sort of situation. I had stats for if you wanted to fight the Tholians. Because
I kinda wanted to fight the Tholians.
they had pressure suits. Because obviously when they got there, it would have been normal temperature and they would have exploded immediately. So they were in pressure suits, and you could have been in pressure suits. So you could have fought them. And there was even another scene, if we had time, and this is probably what Winston was up to. Cadet Willowbee. After one of those events, there was another scene where you were thrown onto a Bajoran shoreline and had to fight off Cardassians trying to steal an orb.
Oh wow. Okay.
So this is a 2-shot, and I would have loved
least.
playing the shit out of that.
Yeah, that's a whole arc. That's amazing. I love it.
But this was my first time running Star Trek Adventures. I played in a game for quite a while, but it's a completely different beast running it.
Yeah. This was great. This was so
Yeah, it
much
was
fun.
Yes, I love all characters and how they actually look like they don't work together, but they actually fit perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was some excellent character work tonight. But I mean, this really was prime 90s Star Trek. There really weren't a lot of combat scenes. And when there were, it was kind of just wide beam phasers, take them out, and then go back to doing science.
It was a lot of
Science,
fun.
murder, science.
Yeah.
This is great.
So I almost certainly will run this again at some point, or wedge it into a series, because I would love to run this as a full campaign at some point. So this was not entirely successful in all the metrics that I had hoped for, but quite the experience.
I think it will be very fun to listen to.
Yeah.
I'm hoping people enjoyed listening to us just really investigate a door.
How about really
And water
investigating
drops.
what does the carpet taste like?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
floor. Metal floor.
Fine.
Yeah. So, thank you for watching this first ever Star Trek adventure here on Starmetal Productions. Hopefully the first of many more to come. It was It was a very teaching experience for me and reminds me that I should stop trying to write one-shots. But I had a lot of fun. I think you guys, cast, you did a fantastic job. A lot of great character work. A lot of fun ways looking at the problem from different directions, and a lot of good catches on what was coming up. So, actually, I will leave any of my plugs here at Starmetal for afterwards, so that we can get to know more about our wonderful cast here. So let's just go around the clock and start with Anna. Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Hi, I am a singer-songwriter, recording artist. You can find me under Schoolgirl Crush on Bandcamp. And I am on Twitch as My Schoolgirl Crush, where you can pay attention to an actual play podcast that myself and a friend are starting later this year.
What system are you using?
We are going to be playing Absurdia by Quinn Majeski. It's a
Okay.
very fun, very weird game. Very Twilight Zone-y.
Okay.
It'll be a really good time.
Nice. I will have to look into that, and you should too. Moving on along, our favorite furry cat friend.
Hey. Hi there, guys. I'm Rayne Grimm, of course, or Shiras in this. You can find me over on Fennec Fables at YouTube. I do a lot of TTRP videos. My most current thing is Poke Professionals, where I discuss people's ongoing projects while making them characters based in the Pokemon Tabletop United system. I will be taking a short break from making content like that, as I've been hacked recently and I can no longer use Discord. While that is happening, I will still be trying to make stuff with the folks over at Starmetal. We still hopefully will be making some more Harmony Road coming soon, so keep your eyes out on that. But do follow me on YouTube. It really will help me out. I will be doing a lot of game streams for a while.
All right, and our sciencey, engineering, smart Ephrosion, new to the channel here, Vivacia.
Hi, I'm Vivi, and I was Dalya today. And you can find me on Discord and on Blue Sky and on Twitch as Vivacia. My home channel right now is Nerds with Dice. And in March, we are running the Screens We Share event, which is a new GM Learning Month, where we're doing panels about new GMs in APs, not in home games. And also have at least 5 new GMs who do their very first streamed APs. And so you can always check out Nerds with Dice on Twitch or on Blue Sky to see where we're at in this month. Oh, and we're also raising money for Open Cupboard in Minnesota. And that's always a good thing.
Yes, very much. Go do that. Go look into all of that. And actually, I will also give a shout out to Nerds with Dice, because I hang out with those wonderful people on occasion, as much as I can, which is not as much as I would like, but as much as I can. And by the time this actually makes it to YouTube, and even Twitch, I believe, I will have been in an Aliens RPG with them over there. We've already done the first episode in the time of recording this right now, and we'll certainly have the second episode done and edited and out by the time this is done and edited and out. So go check out Nerds with Dice. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Go check out Nerds with Dice. It is Archimedes Station, I believe it is. Lots of fun over there. We've already had some great, typical alien moments. I love when a player has not actually watched Aliens before, and they pull out a knife. Always a good time. Anyway, here on Starmetal Productions, I'm Jack. I have been, I guess, the Admiral for this game, whatever you want to call it, with a brief exposure to Captain Rithras Thovolreth, which is a character I would love to play as a player at some point. But what more do we have here at Starmetal? We will be holding all of these one-shots for editing down and releasing later. So by the time this comes out, there will have been a number of different one-shots that you can also check out, should you like. We have 2 different D&D one-shots run by our wonderful Tal Woodblaze. We had The Flight of the Corellia Bell, if you like steampunk sky pirates, and The Museum of Curious Oddities, if you like museums full of weird, wacky stuff that wants to kill you. Both very fun. We had Trash Princess, which is a game I came up with, a lasers and feelings hack. Rayne was with us for that one, as well as a number of great cast members for that. That was a lot of fun. What else did we do? There's others. Go check it out. It's been a long weekend. I've not had a lot of sleep, and my brain is full of Star Trek. So just follow us on Blue Sky, follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube, Starmetal Productions, everywhere, I believe. And stay tuned for more coming up and more of these one-shots to drop as they will. We have plans for a what is the Critical Role game? Daggerheart? Daggerheart. Yeah, we are currently, that is another mini campaign that Tal is working on. So that probably won't be started by the time this gets out, but it will be coming to you down the pipeline. So do stay tuned on our channels for news of that and other fun miniseries and one-shots, because we have a lot of games we would like to play and a lot of cast members we would like to work with. And if you have a game that you have created and would like us to play it, whether you run it, whether we run it, whether you're a cast member or not, hit us up on Blue Sky and tell us about this game. Or if you're a TTRPG actual play performer in any sort of experience band and would like to be on the channel playing any of the wacky games, any of the fun indie games that we play, anything really. If you just want to come hang out with us here on Starmetal Productions, we have an ongoing sort of open casting call pinned on our Blue Sky. And I will make sure that statement is correct next time I talk to Tal, but I believe it is. So yeah, you can let us know your availability, what kind of games you like, and we'll be in touch, because we're always here trying to expand our TTRPG horizons, work with as many people as we can, tell as many fun stories as we can, and just have a good time. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Yada yada. Happy time zone. Good night, folks.
Bye.